Hello and welcome to NDTV News. I am Tari Prido Ikidi. The highlight: Bayelsa State Government partners China's Civil Engineering Construction Corporation on development. Resident doctors to begin nationwide strike on Friday. Plus, Rivers United Football Club advances to CAF Champions League group stage. And now the details. Moves by the Bayelsa State Government to grow its economy through foreign investment got another boost at the weekend with the signing of a memorandum of understanding with construction giant China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation at the firm's headquarters in Beijing. The MOU covers infrastructure, agriculture, and aquaculture projects, as well as mass housing for civil servants and low-income earners in the state. State Governor Senator Doye signed on behalf of the government, while President of the CCECC, Mr. Chen Xinchang, signed for the firm. According to a statement by the governor's spokesman, Mr. Daniel Arabra, the new deal is a follow-up to a similar agreement signed on the 14th of October in Abuja with Dubai-based Jampol Group for the construction of solar panels and smart electricity meters in the state. The state government has again cautioned groups and individuals against the arbitrary removal of duly recognized paramount rulers of communities without due process and recourse to the state's chieftaincy law. State Deputy Governor Senator Lawrence Orujakpo gave the warning over the weekend at a meeting with some top government functionaries and community leaders of Ofoni and Lalagbene communities in Sagbama and Ekremo local government areas of the state. Senator Orujakpo, who wondered why people should take laws into their hands for whatever reasons, emphasized that only the governor of the state has the prerogative to suspend or remove a duly elected and government-recognized paramount ruler of any community. The deputy governor, who spoke against the background of a clandestine attempt to unseat the Amanana Way of Lalagbene community in a Ekremo local government area, warned those behind the move to either desist forthwith or face the wrath of the law. On the issue of felling of trees for the timber and lumber production, he pointed out that the state government's regulation on logging of wood was still in force, stressing that the law enforcement agencies have been mandated to arrest and prosecute violators across the 8 local government areas of the state. He, however, recused himself from presiding over the meeting convened to resolve the boundary disputes between his hometown, Ofoni, and Lalagbene, and insisted mandated the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Abriyai Dambo, to act on his behalf as chairman of the State Boundary Committee for the sake of neutrality, fairness, and justice. Chairman of the Bayelsa State Volunteer Security Outfit, alongside members of the management team, local government coordinators, administrative staff, and the special squad, have officially resigned from the People's Democratic Party. In a press conference held in Yenegoa on Monday, the chairman and members announced their resolve to align with the political direction of Governor Doye. Correspondent Blessing Agadaga reports.
Chairman of the Bayelsa State Volunteer Security Outfit, High Chief Asanakpo, said their collective resignation in solidarity with Governor Doye Diri, the chief driver of the prosperity agenda, was taken in the overall interest of the good people of Bayelsa State and for the sustainable growth of the state. While recounting the laudable achievements of the governor in transforming the political and economic landscape of the state, he expressed confidence in the governor's visionary leadership. Thus, the decision to align with the governor, who had earlier defected from the PDP.
We use this medium to express our profound gratitude to His Excellency, Senator Doye, for the opportunity given to us to serve the people of Bayelsa State. We also wish to reaffirm our unwavering loyalty and continued support for the prosperity government. We have resolved to uphold the prosperity banner anywhere, anytime. Therefore, wherever our governor goes, we are ready to pitch our tent with His Excellency, the Miracle Governor.
He further expressed gratitude to the governor for the opportunity to serve under the State Volunteers Security Outfit, adding that he is proud to be identified with a government that is truly people-oriented and focused on development.
Consequently, I, High Chief Winkoloki Asanakpo, alongside Chairman Bayelsa State Volunteer, alongside my management team, all local government area coordinators, constituency coordinators, administrative staffs, as well as the special squad, hereby formally announce our resignation from the People's Democratic Party.
Speaking on behalf of other coordinators and staff across the state, Honorable Doye Igbutu, coordinator for Kolokuma Opokuma, moved a motion in support of the defection, which was seconded by Comrade Weyimbolo Fenipewari, coordinator for Southern Ijaw Constituency 2.
Honorable Doye Igbutu, the coordinator of Bayelsa State Volunteer Kolokuma Opokuma, on behalf of all local government coordinators, constituency coordinators, and staff, do move motion that we all resign from the People's Democratic Party and pass a vote of confidence on our governor, distinguished Senator Doye Diri. I so moved.
I, Comrade Weyimbolo Fenipewari, the coordinator of Southern Ijaw Constituency 2, hereby second the motion moved by my senior colleague, Honorable Doye Igbutu, that we all resign from the People's Democratic Party and pass a vote of confidence on our governor. I so second.
All members of the outfit thereafter unanimously chorused their support for the decision.
Those in favor, say aye. Aye. And those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Blessing Agadaga, NDTV News.
Nigeria Association of Resident Doctors has announced a total and indefinite nationwide strike beginning on Friday, following what the doctors described as the federal government's failure to respond satisfactorily to their demands. This decision was reached after a 5-hour emergency National Executive Council meeting on Saturday. NAT President Dr. Muhammad Usman Suleiman disclosed the outcome of the meeting in a statement posted on his X page on Sunday. Reports indicate that prices of rice has dropped drastically in several Lagos markets due to a surge in imports through the borders, thereby easing the burden on consumers. The development, however, raised concern among traders over reduced profits and business sustainability. The reports further say a bag of rice in Lagos currently sells for between 55,000 and 70,000 depending on the brand. Traders and consumers who spoke with newsmen in separate interviews in Lagos disclosed that the staple food has witnessed a sudden crash in price. They noted that both local and foreign rice brands have witnessed a steep drop in price, reversing the surge in cost seen earlier in the year. In popular markets such as Oyigbo, Arena, Festac, Town, and Mile 12, a 50 kg bag of local rice that sold for around 85,000 in January now goes for between 60 and 70,000 naira. Similarly, foreign rice, which was 95,000 at the beginning of the year, currently sells for between 65,000 and 75,000 depending on the brands and market location. Meanwhile, as consumers are excited about the new prices, traders are counting heavy losses. The National Examinations Council has opened its first examination center in London, United Kingdom, in a major move to expand its global reach and provide credible assessment opportunities for Nigerians in the diaspora. The new center, launched during the Education Matters Conference UK 2025, was established in partnership with Banfield Education Limited. A statement issued on Sunday by NECO's Acting Director of Information and Public Relations, Aziz Sani-Wusishi, described the London Senior School Certificate Examination Center as a strategic milestone in extending NECO's global presence. He said the initiative is part of the Council's drive to ensure inclusivity and access to quality education for Nigerians abroad. While disclosing that the Council currently conducts examinations in 7 countries, including Saudi Arabia, he remarked that centers in Egypt and Burkina Faso are awaiting accreditation. According to him, the London Center will not only empower Nigerians abroad, but also strengthen the global recognition of NECO certificates, which are already accepted by several international institutions, such as the Birmingham City University and Leeds Trinity University in the UK, as well as universities in the United States, Canada, India, China, and Russia. If you're just joining us, you're watching Niger Delta Television News. On the headlines, Bayelsa State Government partners China's Civil Engineering Construction Corporation on development. Resident doctors to begin nationwide strike on Friday. Still to come in the news, Rivers United Football Club advances to CAF Champions League group stage. Details shortly. Welcome to Niger Delta Television News and Current Affairs Department at the NSE Cody Media Complex here in Yonagwa, Bayelsa State.
One of NDTV's traditional objectives is to disseminate information with renewed vigor. We build teamwork for accountability, efficiency, and accuracy.
Our community reports, eyewitness accounts, current affairs discussions are detailed and competitive.
As NDTV reporters, undiluted report is our goal. We gather the news and bring it to you just as it is.
Our cameras are poised to get in the story behind the story in an in-depth news report.
Our new digital equipment are top-notch with clearer visuals and audio. NDTV is repositioned to serve you better.
Join us on the news every day at 7 a.m., 12 p.m. and our major bulletin at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 25 UHF. NDTV, crystallizing the vision.
Thanks for staying tuned. The news continues. President of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has said there are plans to expand the Dangote oil refinery from the 650,000 capacity to 1.4 million barrels per day. Dangote, who disclosed this in an interview with the press, noted that he is seeking to double the size of the refinery with Middle Eastern funding to position it to become the largest in the world. The month-long turnaround will involve shutting down the RFCC but not the CDU and other secondary units, as the entire refinery only requires a full turnaround every 5 years. Dangote said the RFCC turnaround will be planned to avoid clashing with a seasonal demand peak. The Dangote refinery has transformed Nigerians into a net exporter of diesel and jet fuel and supplies vast quantities of petrol once imported from Europe. It was a moment of thanksgiving to God as friends, family, and well-wishers gathered at the Region 27 headquarters of the Redeemed Christian Church of God along Sani Abacha Expressway, Yenagoa, to celebrate Elder Gibson Abuware Mieseya, who turned 80 on the 23rd of October. The program, which witnessed a large turnout of guests from within and outside Bayelsa State, culminated in a colorful reception filled with merriment and warm tributes. Correspondent Gift Kalio completes the report.
It was quite an atmosphere of thanksgiving as the celebrants, accompanied by well-wishers, appreciated God in songs, dances, and heartfelt thanksgiving for his faithfulness and grace upon his life on the occasion of Mr. Gibson Abuware Mieseya's 80th birthday. Chairman of the event, His Royal Highness Sir Bob Lawani Ebikie, a Manonowe of Kalama community, described Elder Mieseya as a living legend, noting that attaining 80 years is rare and worth celebrating. In their goodwill messages, Mr. Arlen Swotea, former Director of News, NDTV, and other well-wishers praised the octogenarian for his humility, peaceful nature, and positive impact on many lives.
We are here to celebrate life. Gibson has achieved a milestone in his life. And it is not always that people live to see their 80th birthday. Celebrants one of his closest friends. One thing I remember about him is if he says no, he stands by it.
If you impress him at the same time, he will not hesitate by praising you, he will just tell you that what you did is right.
Earlier in the sermon titled Victory in Christ, Pastor S.A. Fulashayo drawing his text from 1 John 4:4 and Galatians 3:13, urged Christians to anchor their faith in God's word to avoid defeat.
By this one that we have just heard, you cannot but come to the conclusion that there is no reason for a believer in Jesus to live a defeated life. If you believe what the word of God is saying, there is no reason, there is no justifiable reason for a child of God to suffer defeat on a permanent basis.
Wishing the octogenarian a blessed and happy birthday, the member representing Sagbama Constituency 2 in the Bayelsa State House of Assembly and Chairman ROCCG Region 27 Headquarters Elders Forum, Honorable Bernard Kedebai, a childhood friend of the celebrant Chief Elder Efere, and others prayed for more fruitful years and divine blessings ahead.
And has been my advisor ever since then. He's a wonderful man. He's a father to me. He's one I relate with as a father for counsel.
He's clocked 80 today, and that's a wonderful experience. I wish many more years ahead of him.
He was once our former boss, and he was good. He guided us right. He was a dedicated and committed staff of NDTV.
Beaming with smiles of gratitude, Elder Gibson Abuwari Mesia expressed deep joy for being honored by friends and dignitaries while appreciating God for the gift of life and the rare privilege of attaining 80 years of age.
And we have gathered here today to celebrate because of my 80th birthday. I feel so happy. I thank God for keeping me from 1945. And now he has now added another year to my years. And I'm now 80 years. I wish myself that God will continue to keep me and he will allow me to fulfill my destiny which he gave me.
The highlight of the event was the cutting of the birthday cake by the celebrant and his lovely wife. Gift Kalio, NDTV News.
Popular billionaire and senator representing Delta North in the Nigerian Senate, Ned Nwoko, has expressed sympathy for men who are married to only one wife, while speaking on Channel's television flagship program, Politics Today. For details of these and other entertainment stories, let's join Asika Oluebube.
During yesterday's episode of the program, the interviewer Segun Okimbaloye noted that the politician had done the impossible by marrying 4 wives and asked how he managed them. Ned Nwoko responded by giving an analogy of standing on one leg when he can stand on 4 legs and be comfortable. He opined that marrying 4 wives seemed more balanced to him. According to him, he feels sorry for those who cannot help themselves but to marry just 1 wife. He noted that he loves all his wives and kids, and he has no regret whatsoever in marrying 4 wives. Meanwhile, following marital crisis with his 4th wife, Regina Daniel, she moved out of his house, alleging domestic abuse. She recently broke silence with photos of new house. She captioned the pictures, "In my house, I am a queen." Nollywood actress and filmmaker Omoni Oboli is celebrating a major digital milestone. Her eagerly awaited sequel, Love in Every Word 2, The Wedding, surpassed 1 million views in just 6 hours following its release. 17 hours after its release on YouTube, the film had climbed past 2.2 million views. The original film, released in March 2025, had already set new benchmarks by ranking up over 28 million views. Obali used her social media platform to thank both God and her fans. The 2025 release of Love in Every Word had already broken records. The film achieved over 15 million views within a week and reached 7 million views in 3 days. Nigerian actor Uzarikwe has advised single women to prioritize self-development and establish themselves before seeking a wealthy and caring partner. Reacting to the praise his character, Odogwu, received on social media, Arukwe emphasized that his on-screen partner, Chioma, was already a valuable and industrious woman before Odogwu supported her. In a post on his X handle, Arukwe urged women to build their own value, stating that valuable men would naturally be drawn to them. He encouraged women to focus on their personal growth and development, allowing them to attract a supportive partner who appreciates their worth. Oliver Peace, reporting from NDTV Entertainment News.
Protests erupted across Cameroon on Sunday as opposition supporters demanded authorities' recognition of Issa Cheroma Bakari's purported presidential election victory. Nelson Agadi gives us details of this report and other foreign stories.
Hundreds of protesters flooded the street of Douala, Cameroon Economic Hub, following a nationwide call from opposition figure Issa Cheroma Bakari. The demonstrators, predominantly young people, marched through major streets, demanding the recognition of Cheroma claimed victory in the recent election and the release the true results, which are expected to be officially announced on Monday. According to local reports, the protests began peacefully but quickly spread across several neighborhoods, including densely populated New Bell area, raising tension when police allegedly opened fire to disperse the crowd. Witnesses reported that 2 people were shot, while several others sustained injuries and were taken to nearby hospitals, some in critical condition. As news of the clashes spread, similar demonstrations broke out in other cities including Garoua, Marua, Menganga, Kelia, and Batuola, signaling what many are describing as nationwide movement demanding electoral transparency. Argentine President Javier Milei hailed his party's runaway victory in Sunday's midterm election, describing it as a turning point for the country as he unfolds his agenda of shrinking the state and deregulating the economy. Milei's small La Libertad Avanza (LLA) party rebounded from a series of setbacks to win 40.84% of the vote cast for members of Congress, far outpacing the opposition in an election closely watched by jittery investors. He promised to continue on the reform path with what he predicted will be the most reformist Congress in Argentina's history. Half of the seat in the Chamber of Deputies and 1/3 of the Senate seat were up for grabs in the Sunday's midterm election. Milei said LLA had more than tripled its seat count, winning 101 seats in the lower house Chamber of Deputies, up from 37 and 20 seats in the Senate, up from 6. Direct flights have resumed between India and China after a 5-year break, signaling a cordial relations between the world's 2 most populous countries. Indigo Flight 6E1703 departed from India Kolkata Airport at 10 p.m. on Sunday, touching down in the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou some 3.5 hours later. Flight between India and mainland China had been suspended since early 2020 at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and remained halted after a deadly clash on their disputed border escalated tensions. The 2 nuclear-armed neighbors have since been working to reduce frictions, reaching an agreement last fall on military disengagement along their disputed border and resuming high-level dialogue for the first time in 5 years. A spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in India, Yung Chen, confirmed the flight, writing in a post on X, direct flight between China and India are now reality. State-owned China Eastern Airlines is also set to resume flying between Shanghai and Delhi on November 9. According to You, Indigo said it is launching a new Delhi Gongchong service on November 10. The Indian government said the return of direct flight will facilitate people-to-people contact and help the gradual normalization of bilateral exchanges. I'm Nelson Agadi Jr., reporting for NDTV Foreign News.
From the ever-busy world of sports, players of Rivers United Football Club have been awarded a $5,000 cash prize for sealing CAF Champions League group stage after defeating Black Bulls of Mozambique 3-2 on aggregate to become the first club from Nigeria to reach the tournament's group stage since Lobby Star did in the 2018-2019 season. Sports correspondent Ayemi Miene gives us details of the report and other sports stories.
As a reward for qualifying for the CAF Champions League group stage, Rivers United players received a $5,000 cash prize. Following their triumph over the Black Bulls of Mozambique, the players were given the pledge by Barrister Chris Green, the Rivers State Commissioner for Youth and Sports. In the second leg of their second round match, the Pride of Rivers defeated the Black Bulls of Mozambique 3-1 on Saturday at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. The game ended in a 3-2 aggregate victory for Rivers United. Finidi George's team scored their goals through Wasiu Falolu and Maclean Biokbo and Timothy Zachariah, while Black Bulls' Mokhtar Diallo cut the deficit 2 minutes after halftime. Rivers United will be participating in the competition's group stage for the first time. Match day 10 in the English Premier League had plenty of upsets as Chelsea, Manchester City and Liverpool all lost on the weekend. Chelsea, who started match day 10 fixtures, suffered a surprise 2-1 defeat at the hands of newly promoted Sunderland at Stamford Bridge, having gotten the lead in the first minute through Alejandro Garnacho, but losing to a resilient Sunderland side in the dying minutes of the second half. Man City was beaten by a 19th-minute strike from Matty Cash at Villa Park by a resurgent Unai Emery's Aston Villa side, Erling Haaland failing to score for the first time in over 13 matches. Despite a commanding 5-1 win over Frankfurt in the Champions League in midweek, Liverpool suffered a 3-2 defeat at the GTEC Stadium against Brentford, their fourth straight loss in the league. And after match day 10, Arsenal sits 4 points clear at the top of the league with 22 points after new boy Eberechi Eze got a crucial goal against his former employers Crystal Palace at the Emirates Stadium. Ayemi Miene for NDTV Sports.
And that's the size of our package. But before we go, a quick look at the highlights. The moves with Bayelsa State to grow its economy through foreign investment got another boost at the weekend with the signing of a memorandum of understanding with construction giant China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation at the firm's headquarters in Beijing. We also brought to you a report that Nigeria Association of Resident Doctors has announced a total and indefinite nationwide strike beginning on Friday, following what the doctors described as the federal government's failure to respond satisfactorily to their demands. And finally, players of Rivers United Football Club have been awarded a $5,000 cash prize for sealing CAF Champions League group stage after defeating Black Bulls of Mozambique 3-2 on aggregate to become the first club from Nigeria to reach the tournament's group stage since Lobby Star did in the 2018-2019 season. Thanks for watching. I am Tari Prido Ikidi. Bye for now.